as that one misses down and away. Spring has sprung, but if you're in the sun earlier today, you know summer is really right around the corner. It got a little warm at times this afternoon and will be the rest of the weekend, but man, really, really nice tonight as the Madison, Mississippi native takes a strike, and the count sits now at 3-1. Joe Harris calling the balls and strikes. We told you earlier Kevin Sweeney's at first, David Savage at second, and Vic Carell rounds out the crew down at third as Fowler draws the leadoff walk for the Crimson Tide. A nice way to get things going from the Alabama side, and setting the table for a great one.
And that's what he does. I have been so impressed with his ability to do that right. You see him get in the box, so patient, balanced, and now he's got that leadoff. He's got a chance now to do what his second skill is, and that's steal a base. He can run and get you in scoring position very quickly.
So here's Justin LeBron, one of the best players in America. LeBron exceptional. Even though the average is subpar, he is subject to explode any moment. Just 267 at the moment, but 11 homers, 25 stolen bases. Those are nice end of the year numbers, and we're just hitting the midway point of conference play this weekend.
Absolutely, and I'm sure he would be the first one to tell you that he really hasn't gotten his game locked in per se with the expectations that he has. That ball right there kind of got in on him. But hey, there's one thing you're going to say, Chris, is you look up. I think at the end of the year you're going to look up his back of his baseball card is going to equal what he's done for 3 years.
No question, and he's going to have a highly visible baseball card probably in about 5 years.
Absolutely.
He's projected to be one of the top draft picks at the end of this season. And a guy with just unbelievable tools. This guy at the plate's been really good as well. Brady Neal fouling off the first pitch, 357, which is impressive enough. But you throw in 6 homers, a triple, and 9 doubles. 40 hits and 112 at bats, and by the way, 34 runs batted in. He's had a couple of walk-off hits for the Tide as well. He's been a real exceptional player at the plate. He's done a nice job in right field as well.
And he's doing the things that you look up. We talk about experience. This is a 4-year guy that's done it in this league. He's seen everything that can possibly be seen and does things like that. Just take your hit by pitch, you take your walk. Obviously, he's got home run power. He has been the cog in this lineup that has really been going ever since day one. This is the guy that has, they kind of say that straw that stirs the drink. He has been the guy in that part of the lineup, and now he takes another one. Now you got runners at first and second. Oh,
they are going to
Arkansas
appeal.
challenging the call of intentionally hit by pitch.
Actually, I think what he intended to say is they're challenging the call of hit by pitch and claiming that Neal intentionally stuck the elbow out there. We'll get a look at the replay in a second. All right. 2 things can be true, can't they? The elbow barely moved. However, the pitch was in the batter's box. So talk to me, Captain. Where do they go with that?
And he does not have to make a move to get out of the way of that pitch. You just can't have that, you can't go into the pitch. So they're going to look, I think they're going to look at this and say, was that enough, movement to justify what Arkansas is saying right now?
There was slight movement, as you'll see, but at the same time, it took place with his elbow still well inside the batter's box.
After replay, it was intentionally hit by pitch. The count is 0-2. Arkansas still has 2 challenges remaining.
Well, I guess that that little bit of
just
flinch was enough for them to overturn the call, and so now he's down in the count 0-2.
This has been the type of situation, though, where Neal's kind of gone yard after something like that's occurred. So let's see if that is indeed the case, or if maybe he gets rung up on a nasty breaking ball. 0-2 the count, one gone, a man at first here in the Bama half of inning number 1. Scoreless game. Bounces in the dirt and arriving easily ahead of the throw.
That's such a great read by Fowler. I mean, immediately, one, he had a great lead, and then he was anticipating that ball. And if you're not anticipating that ball in the dirt, it's hard to get to second, especially with Helfrich. I saw Helfrich throw someone out last week on a play just like that. So great job by Fowler reading it, getting in scoring position with one of your biggest RBI guys up.
That one missed inside. And the count evens up 2-2. That's a pretty good eye right there, because that one didn't miss by much.
No, that was a great located fastball by Dietz. I mean, he ran that ball in on his hands, just didn't quite get enough of the plate.
That one's a tad low. Boy, from the left side, you're sniffing at 97. That is nasty stuff.
And this is where I think Brady Neal has improved so much. If you watch him in the box, he is so comfortable. He's balanced. He's shown such a good eye. But there's not a lot of people going to hit that pitch. That's an 85-mile-an-hour slider with depth.
Not a betting man, but I'd have put every chip I had in on him fanning after you were building him up just on that particular call.
You see that right there. That is a plus slider. Which is the pitch that kind of elevates Dietz to that next level. We see the velocities, 95, 96. You mix in an 85-mile-an-hour slide. Great staff here and doing some great things as they continue here. What are we? We're at the halfway mark almost, Chris.
By the time we get to Sunday, we will be
15 games in, and then that second half turn. So they're in a great position right now.
Zach Stewart with the fly out to left field, and again, the turnaround since March 20th. Told you 11 of 12. That's 3 series wins, all against ranked opponents. Outscoring them almost 2-1, and then or 3-1, I should say, and then pitching it so well, including a no-hitter in the midst of all of that. So just phenomenal run that Coach Vaughn's team has been on, and a big reason why is the guy on the hill setting the table on Friday nights. Reese Robinette, 239 hitter with a homer and 18 runs batted in. Standing in with a man at first, hits a fly ball to shallow left center field. Boy, they're battling the sun. Left fielder falls down, but I think Fowler wanted it the whole way. Kroberger, I don't know if he slipped or was just trying to get out of the way, maybe lost sight of the ball in the sun. Because, man, it is a tough sun to battle at this time.
Yeah, I think he lost it for a second, then rerouted, but that's a comfortability to know that you got Fowler there, the veteran, no panic, makes the play to get that second huge out of this inning. And Tyler Fay has an opportunity to have another really solid inning as he starts this thing off. But you look at Tyler Fay and you say, well, what makes him so elite and special? One is we've kind of talked about it a little bit. His strike throwing ability is, you know, he fills up the zone. He's only had he's only walked 12 guys on the season. He's almost at a 5-to-1 clip as well. And he's got a 30% strikeout rate. So you combine those two things, not a lot of negative things going on when he's on the bump, when he's facing these hitters. And when you look at Arkansas in that line, when they've been struggling, it's a good matchup for Fay tonight.
Kuhio Aloy, the right-handed batter, taking a strike, and the count evens up at 1-1. Aloy, the junior, out of Waikiki, Hawaii. I was going to go out on a limb and guess that he was not from Rogers, Arkansas.
You would be correct.
Kuhio is the first name, Aloy. And I make no apologies whatsoever that I am not about to try that without looking at the pronunciation guide, which all athletic communications offices put out so graciously for guys like you and me that they've got to call to reel that one in, as there's one gone now, and Eric Hines will stand in for the Crimson Tide, the DH, who has been a nice addition.
You listen, that is just, that's that, I don't know what the exit velocity was, but I know it's on. And listen, he got every bit of that ball, and that's why he's in the lineup. He has waited his time, he's developed, and now he does that. What a phenomenal swing. Get the Tide on the board.
And by the way, that breeze is blowing in. It's not a lot, but it's still a breeze into the wind. He was able to drill that one as Luke Vaughn, the sophomore first baseman, stands in for the Crimson Tide. He takes a breaking ball low to even things up at a ball and a strike. So a 1-0 lead for Alabama, thanks to the solo rocket off the bat of Eric Hines. 1-1 to Vaughn, clips the inside corner.
You know, I had a chance to ask Coach Vaughn about Eric Hines. I said, where do you see him kind of fitting in as the rest of the season goes? He says right in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, and he's kind of, you know, 25 at bat.
Dave Van Horn has done is amazing.
It is truly amazing. And you know, Chris, just a little bit of the history of playing against Arkansas, so many of the years that coaching at LSU and them being in our division, and you always circled that year either at our place or their place, because you knew that they were going to be one of the teams you had to go through. I mean, it's just and like you said, that consistency. You know, you can have a good team on a certain year,
right, but
you got to have a good program, and he has built a program as one of the elite in the country. And you know, they're scary. If you're looking at them right now, you know it's going to break out. It's just a matter of when.
There's no doubt. And the breakout being reference to the national title, which has been ever elusive for them. Just like this pitch from Tyler Fay. Beautiful. I guess that's the slider, right, Coach?
That's that slider that it has just really elevated his game. He's been able to throw it ahead in counts, behind in counts, and that's how he's got a lot of his strikeouts. That with the elevation of the heater to the top of the zone, he works that slider down and away. And again, it starts with strike one, and he is really having a lot of first pitch strikes in this ball game, and getting ahead and then making his put away pitches.
Carter Rutenbar standing in as the Hogs have come back to the top of the order. Grounded out his first plate appearance. Down in the count here, 0-2. Off speed, misses down and away as the count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. 1-0 Bama here in the top of the third. Just a little bit high.
96. There's the other thing. You've seen an uptick in Tyler Fay's the velocity, but it's not just throwing velocity, it's pitching velocity that he's been able to command it as he ran that ball in on him. He's trying to double up there, kind of yanked that one, but the stuff has stayed, it's crisp in his outings, and it stayed strong throughout his outings. That tells you a lot about a pitcher when you maintain your stuff for the course of a 9-inning game.
Not a lot of wasted motion either from the right-hander. That one's ripped foul.
Can weather that storm and get that big hit at the right time late in the ball game, or the teams that are going to propel themselves to victory. But it is a grind, and you're going to be in it. These coaches know that. They've been in this league long enough to know that that's what it takes to be able to go to the top in this league.
So Brennan Holt standing in ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike for the Crimson Tide here in the third. Talk to me, though, about the strain it puts on players to know that every pitch matters the way it does, And as a coach, how do you get them to play loose and relaxed despite the fact every pitch truly does matter?
You know, I don't think there's any. I don't think you have to even tell them the importance of every pitch. You know,
They know.
They know that.
Right.
Okay. But there's also that thing as when you're trying to coach them up or get them prepared, you have to bring out at certain times, hey, this is what it's going to take to win this league, and you have to be able to play loose, but you have to be able to play with mental focus, execution, and it's going to take all 27 players, or ever how many you have on your roster. It's going to take every one of those dudes, you know, pulling on the same rope, so to speak.
Top of the order back in as Fowler lines that one foul to even the count up at a ball and a strike. He drew a walk his first time up and advanced to second on a wild pitch before he was left stranded in that first frame.
And I think that's one of the things, listening to Coach Vaughn talk and his plan for this team is, as we see Fowler's numbers there, that he has just been playing on fire, fourth in the SEC. His batting average, he kind of ran in on him there.
Well, that may be trouble, though. Heck of a play in left by Rutenbar, as he got kind of a late jump on it. Again, the shadows starting to, well, I say starting to, almost covering the entire playing surface here, but you can see where there are those gaps, especially in left field. It is very difficult to pick up the baseball, and he went sunlight to shadows again, and a heck of a running grab with the degree of difficulty added because of his shortstop heading out as well.
Absolutely. Nice play, and I'm sure they had good communication. Even though it didn't look like it, I think they were probably communicating well. But just getting back to Coach Vaughn and what he's trying to talk to his team about. Listen, we know they've been playing well. They're 8-4 going into this weekend. They've been playing very good baseball. But he is really, and I know it's the old cliche of coaching, is, listen, you're not worried about winning a series tonight. You're not winning. You're talking about winning a game.
Playing surface, you see a little bit of sunlight still creeping in left, giving Alabama's left fielder Kroberger some challenges, as now the shift will come on with 2 strikes. Torres will come over basically and play second, and Holt is in essence at shallow right. Rolled off the instep, and the count moves to 0-2.
And you look at Fay, that one, he's getting ahead, and then he's making such good put-away pitches in locations that he's really attacking the hitters and really putting them in they're just not seeing very good hittable pitches. And when you do that as a hitter, you get a little anxious, you get a little impatient, and Fay's done a good job of being on the offensive.
Speaking of offensive, when you are a hitter and you see a shift like that, is there ever the thought, especially for the higher end batters, to maybe go defensive and say, I know it's with 2 strikes, you don't bunt, but I'm going to try to get one down on the ground? That at bat, that swing looked like he was trying to do it right there.
And listen, we've talked about it, the struggles that they've had offensively.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes all it takes is a little bloop, a little misplay or something like that, and hey, you lay one down potentially, and you bring up your next dude. He hits somehow he hits a 2-run homer. It kind of gets you going. So I would say it's not out of the realm of thinking, but with a situation like this, I'm thinking Arkansas is pulling out all stops to kind of get something going. You know, Coach Van Horn talked about, he said, we just got to get some guys that we counted on coming into this season, guys that have produced their whole career. And they're just, as we take a look at this again, that's.
Wish we hadn't.
Absolutely.
Yeah. As a former catcher, that'll make you eyes water in the middle of the night just having flashbacks.
That'll make you want to take the gear off. you're John Lim.
Yeah.
But Coach Van Horn just talked about the need for some of their guys to get rolling, and it's just, listen, when you're struggling offensively, it makes your whole team look like you're lethargic. It's just, that's the nature of this business.
Nice place by Torres, and again, that's a little uncommon play for him, throwing back across his body in that manner, as he is accustomed to being down at third, but fielded a little chopper nicely and made the throw in time as Zach Stewart, the right fielder, will now dig in with 2 outs and nobody aboard. Chased one up. It was only at 84, but up where he could not lay off of it, despite the fact it was out of the zone. .270 average now for Stewart. 6 homers, 3 doubles. Driven in 15 on the year.
And this is another one of those guys you look up. This is a guy that started his career at Missouri State, and he's got 50 career homers coming into this, career homers. So this is a guy that 719 at bats in his college career. You bring him in as a transfer guy and hitting in the middle of your lineup, and you're thinking, hey, this is a guy that's gonna, propel our our offense, and just really hasn't gotten his game going to the level of what I'm sure he's accustomed to. So it's just, again, when it's almost contagious, as we talk about. Hitting and not hitting can be contagious.
Fay working with 2 outs, nobody aboard. 2-2 swing and a foul tip in and out of the glove of Lim. So Stewart will survive for another pitch. Solo home run from Tide's designated hitter, producing the game's only run, Eric Hines, crushing one over the scoreboard in left. Back in the 2nd inning. Payoff, lifted foul and out of play, and the only other at bat that has gone this long for the Hogs has been the one by Rutenbar that resulted ultimately in a base hit. And if nothing else, Stewart is making Fay work and getting that pitch count closer to 60. Payoff again, and that one misses outside. A great at bat from Stewart. Something seldom said when I was at the plate. Here comes Robinette, the first baseman.
You cut yourself short, Mr. Stewart.
Sell yourself short, Judge. You're a tremendous slouch. Robinette flew out to center his first time up. Takes ball 1 up and in. It's one of the few lines from that movie I can actually quote and still come back and work with you on Sunday.
Oh. Here's another one of those guys in this Arkansas lineup, a veteran guy that they're looking for him to kind of get going. And listen, you can talk about it. It's a lot of times the dude on the bump has a lot of effect on how you're hitting. So in this league, it's not uncommon to go, series at a time and not really hit, because you're facing big leaguers a lot every time you get in that box. So it's just, it takes it's going to take them something to get kind of get hitting on all cylinders, and Coach Van Horn talked about that.
I think it's often overlooked. Yes, he's had phenomenal success at Arkansas. We talked about the 4 World Series in the last few years. He took Nebraska to Omaha, which I know geographically is a short distance, but historically something that they haven't been able to pull off there with that program. And just to get them there for the college baseball showcase within their home state, an unbelievable accomplishment.
And you look there where he is on the highest winning percentages among active Division I active coaches. And I think just in that little bit of an interview that he spoke about what helps their program and why they've been successful. And listen, being in that other dugout for years and watching them, how they prepare, expectations, how he deals with his players. Listen, he tells the players like it is. Players want to know that. Hey, listen, just tell me the truth.
Yeah.
And I think he does that. And it's just been a, you know, well, we could go on and on, but he's a tremendous program, tremendous coach.
Players want that. But if the players don't want that, more than likely you don't want them.
Exactly. And you know, and that's how you figure out who are you going to go to battle with. Who are going to be the guys standing after a 56-game schedule in the you know, in that fight, game in and game out. And you know, that's what you're looking for. Who's going to be all in? And I think he does a great job of figuring that out.
Well, we've talked about the shutout that Tyler Fay's got going on. I tell you what, the lefty Hunter Dietz has been equally impressive, minus the one mistake pitch to the guy in the on-deck circle. And Eric Hines, that solo rocket over the left field walls, the only difference in this ball game. It's the only hit for Alabama. The Razorbacks have just one themselves. 0-2 to John Lim, the catcher.
And you see that fastball that he tried to go off the plate at 97, and he did that prior through that breaking ball. And there's that, looks like that was more of a cutter, as Coach Van Horn talked about. He's had a little trouble, he says, getting his breaking ball over. But if you know, you look right here, it looks like that's a combination slider cutter. At 86, but that's that glove side pitch that when you can command those two pitches and then have the ability to run that heater in on a right-handed hitter, that's a pretty tough at bat for a lefty.
Two very close pitches that were called balls, and now the payoff misses inside, and Lim battles back from down 1-2 to recording the base on balls. Only the second base runner for the Crimson Tide. Actually, I take that back. I think it's the third now for Alabama, and the guy that's the only one fortunate enough to round the bases and touch home, Eric Hines, digs in. Will be interesting to see if he sees a fastball anywhere near the plate this time. That, I believe, was the slider, and it's 0-1.
You saw that pitch. That pitch just disappeared. That's what they call the old back foot. Cutter, slider, sweeper, whatever you want to call it. Names are different these days, but all I know is that was an unhittable pitch.
Ground ball through the whole left side, base hit. Well, there's only one guy in the ballpark that's figured out the left-hander, Hunter Dietz, and that's the man at first base. Hines once again, solid single through the whole left side.
Looks like a fastball that just one, he has the strength to pull that ball through the 5-6 hole. And he is really seeing that fastball very well right now.
It was located pretty well, but are you surprised he threw it at all?
After having thrown that back foot slider, you think he's probably going to see
set
another
him up
one,
for
set
it.
him one, or maybe, you know, come back with another slider. But hey, give Hines credit. He didn't try to do too much. Probably not going to hit that ball in the seats, and he just found the hole. And with 2 outs, you're just trying to prolong the inning here.
And standing in for the Tide, the left fielder Chase Kroberger. Is that one of the toughest things to get a young hitter like Hines to do when he has hit.
That Wednesday after we got beat, at South Al, belief's a powerful thing, man. I mean, you look at the players in this league, there is talent everywhere. Look at this roster across from us. I mean, my goodness, you look at up and down that roster, it's really good things. It's just belief's powerful, man, and I think these guys believe in each other. They believe in Tyler Fay out here on a Friday night, and, man, belief matters. And so they're playing with a lot of confidence right now. They're playing together right now, and biggest thing is I think we found our identity, and identity is a huge thing. These boys know who they are. It doesn't guarantee anything, but they ain't trying to be anything other than they're not, man. They're just out here competing, balling together, and it's been a lot of fun.
We'll let you go, Coach, again. Appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
You guys. Roll Tide.
Rob Vaughn, head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide in his 3rd season. As that one's fouled off. Kansas State product who had things rolling at Maryland. Said, frankly, wasn't sure he was interested in Alabama when Greg Byrne made the phone call to him about the potential of coming here to be the head coach. But the more he talked to people and then seeing the place and experiencing it, realized that it was the right fit. And boy, has it ever been for both he and the program.
Absolutely. I know that just my time visiting with him, and he loves it here, and I think his family, and he loves his players and his team. And you see it, you hear it. He has passion, and he holds the players accountable. And then when you do that, then the players are going to hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you got a good thing rolling, and i.e. you look up and you're knocking on that door, the upper part of the SEC.
With one gone, a 1-2 pitch, and that's a great piece of hitting by Christian Turner. The center fielder for the Razorbacks got a pitch up and over the plate where he could go oppo with the shift on. And we were talking about this an inning ago, Coach, and he's able to take advantage of one of the few mistake pitches on the night. And again, it's only a mistake because of the shift. Ordinarily, that's a ground ball out to third.
Absolutely, and you give Turner, you hit him. What a great job of hitting. Flat swing. You try to pull that ball, that's a 4-3. He stayed on it, and that's what Coach Van Horn talked about. This is his first start in the SEC, and that he wanted to get somebody going, and that's a good start. You get a guy on with 1 out, and that's just a great job of hitting.
TJ Pompey, the third baseman, swings and misses, and he's quickly down to the count 0-2. He struck out his first at bat. 234 hitter. (0-2). Breaking ball just missed.
And Pompey's another one of those guys that they got out of the transfer portal, played at Texas Tech. Career games played 104, 21 homers, 79 RBIs, also can steal bases 24 out of 27. And a guy that they brought in here and really trying to get him, hitting on all cylinders, so to speak. And he's hitting 237 with 6 homers. His freshman year at Tech, he had 10 homers and 49 ribbies as a freshman.
Wow.
So just the potential is all right there. It's just a matter of execution and doing it.
You talk about the SEC being the best of the best, but the Big 12's not bad either as a baseball conference, obviously, and making that step over to the SEC. The runner bluffs going again, and that one's tapped foul.
There's a lot of good baseball teams in the country these days with all of the stuff that's going on and the parity that's happening with guys moving. And it really has, kind of evened the playing field at a lot of different places.
I think there's another piece as the 2-2 is hit to straightaway center field, and Fowler able to find it and make the grab for out number 2. NIL in college baseball means that a kid that maybe needs to make some money for his family doesn't have to go as a draft pick in the 25th, 30th, 35th round, whatever the case may be, down the line, where there's not great money and the quality of life is nowhere near what it is, especially at high-level Division I baseball.
Absolutely, and it's just giving those kids the opportunity to do what you said. You're getting a chance to financially, you know, have some security. You know, there's some things that come with this that, you know, also has its, I think, drawbacks with when you're trying to, you know, when you're trying to create a team and when you're trying to build a team from the ground up.
Yep. Hogs trying to build a rally as they'll send the runner around third. The throw is going to come to the plate, and a good decision on the part of Turner to slam on the brakes. Looked like he was considering gambling there, but a great job of getting that throw in on the part of Neal.
Looked like it was a changeup that great job of hitting, just laced it down the line. I think he was going, and he obviously the third base coach held him up there.
So the first real threat from Arkansas and the first real trouble for Tyler Fay. Through 82 pitches, he's now with 2 out, got men on the corners. And that hitter has, and so I'm not going to say you let up, but maybe there is a mental lapse.
Listen, you're absolutely correct, and that's one thing that the Tide offense has been able to do. They've got production up and down the lineup.
Right.
And, I mean, you're looking at Vaughn got 6 homers hit there in the 8th hole. But if you're over there in Arkansas and you're doing your scouting report, I guarantee you, Coach Matt Hobbs, the pitching coach, said, hey, listen, you can't lay cookies in there to Vaughn because he can get out of here in a heartbeat. So, you know, there's so much information out there and knowing who and how to pitch certain guys. And so he did a nice job there getting the leadoff hitter with a punch out and keeps rolling along.
Brennan Holt, the left-handed hitting second baseman, standing in. Hitting in the 9th spot in the order. 282 average. With a Baton Rouge native. Takes a strike, and it's 2-2.
And he has just done such a great job of hitting in this 9th spot. You're almost like you got 2 leadoff guys because he can run, steal your bag. He works the counts. He can turn the lineup over, and then he's played an impeccable defense. Just a great, again, talking about experience. This is a guy that started at LSU, worked his way to South Alabama. Then he comes here, and just a guy that you look up and you're like, man, we're thankful that we got a guy like this in our lineup.
He's able to earn a walk, and that puts the top of the order back around with 1 out. Bryce Fowler, who drew a walk in the 1st inning, flew out to left in the 2nd. Bama would love to have 2 on and 1 out for Justin LeBron. Despite his struggles, this is exactly the type of moment that LeBron loves, but Fowler does too. Takes ball 1 outside.
You know, I would say right now with Dietz, it's a little bit of you know, control over command, meaning that he's been in the strike zone enough, but he's not really commanding his stuff. Like, he's not really doubling up and being able to throw that one quality pitch and then back it up with another quality pitch. But his stuff is so good that sometimes you can get away with that type of pitching. But that the other times it can catch up with you, and something out of norm for he has 3 walks tonight, which he only had 14 coming into the into this game. So this could be a big inning for Alabama if they get their pitch.
A ball and a strike to count, and there's a beautiful fastball in the inside corner. Boy, he got him to watch the breaking ball away, or on the outside corner, I should say. But then comes back with a 95-mile-per-hour fastball in the inside corner.
And if you're a hitter, man, that is so hard because, you know, maybe that breaking ball he yanked out of the zone for a ball, and then he comes up and dots you. You know, it's hard to kind of get in a rhythm as a hitter when a guy. But again, it's about stuff. I mean, he's 95 to 97 with a. It's hard to pull the trigger, and you see right there. There's another example of 96 that he just yanks out of the zone. So last time with Fowler was this, he threw that 3-2 slider that he punched him out on early in the ball game.
And he got him there. He drew a walk his first time up, but he got him on the breaking ball there. And there are now 2 outs. Big pitch right there for Dietz.
See, that's just a painted fastball on the outer third at 96. You just can't do anything with it. And then again, you mixed in the little bit of erraticness with it, and then boom, you get a punch out.
So let's see what LeBron can do with 2 gone. He's 0 for 2 on the night. A line out to right and a ground out to third base. Neither very sharply hit, as his season average is down to 263. Hitting 273 with 2 outs in the inning. Had a home run cut there, but came up empty, and it's 0-1. He didn't get cheated on that cut.
No, he didn't. And that was that slider that has that little disappearing action at 86 with good downhill depth that kind of didn't quite get to the back foot, but it was in a really good spot. And now he doubles up on it again. That's the 2 pitch. And if I'm guessing, you're probably going to see one a little further down in the dirt, or you might see that high elevated fastball to the top of the zone. He can really go either place right now.
He went up, chopped it foul. When you talk about the best players in terms of draft prospects in the SEC, it starts with Justin LeBron. Obviously, it travels through Baton Rouge and College Station, Gainesville and Fayetteville as well. But LeBron right there with a chance to be one of the highest draft picks since your old teammate, Dave Magadan.
Yeah, I mean, you just, the tools are just oozing out of him. When you're a scout, we see these scouts sitting down here every night he plays, and it's all about tools. What are the tools that you're going to bring to the field? And he has every one on. We saw that throw he made. That's arm strength. He's got power. He's got speed. Got 25 bags. Elite glove work.
We talk about breaks, though, for hitters to help them kind of get out of a slump. He may have caught one right there, because that was borderline. Could have been where the first base ump said he offered at it. Let's see if he takes advantage here. Fights to keep the at bat alive.
And you know, a lot of times, Chris, when you feel like you're struggling, and it always seems like that pitcher that when you come up,
the 5th, now in the 6th, is able to get the first 2 men on a total of 5 pitches.
Much needed. And if you look at, and that's obviously having a little talk with the hitter right now, obviously want to slow Tyler Fay down, give him having the hitter not go up and maybe swing at the first pitch. But anyway, when you look at Tyler Fay, his MO this season has been, if you don't get him early, it's going to be hard.
Right.
Even at Kentucky, he didn't have that was one of his worst outings of the year. He gave up 5. And I want to say it was early in the game, maybe second, third inning, but you look up, he went through 7.
Yeah.
That was critical of giving your team a chance to win maybe on the weekend. Unfortunately, they didn't win, but he didn't make that bullpen go to work.
Right.
And he's been doing this all season. He stayed strong. Even the night he had the no-hitter in the 9th inning, he was up 93-94 with his stuff. So that gives you a little credit, or gives him credit to the workload that he's put in to be able to maintain it.
Next pitch will be his 89th to Zach Stewart, who fouls it off. Stewart, a fly out to left and a walk in 2 plate appearances.
And he first pitch swinging. First pitch
right.
Swinging after we talked about 5 pitches, and he gets that first pitch heater. And but that's there's also, you might think about that philosophy of, hey, 5 pitches, let's make him throw one. But then the other part is maybe knowing he's coming out, maybe let him unleash one and maybe get you up on the board with a 2-1 lead. So different thinking philosophies.
Just missed with a fastball up and in there. as the count goes to 1-2. Again, the shift on. The last time Bama had this shift on, I believe it was Pompey that went the opposite way, as that one just missed, and the count evens at 2-2.
That's a great pitch. I mean, he ran that ball in hard on his belt, and now he's 2-2. You will make it happen right now. This count, you got 2 outs, 2-2 count. You don't want to go 3-2, which Stewart, you know, he did go 3-2 on his last at bat. Stewart fouled some pitches off. You'd love to see the action happen right now.
We just missed there, and really good eye on the part of Stewart to stay off that one. So it's another full count. We saw him do this earlier when he drew the walk in the 4th. Battled back from behind in the count, drew a base on balls. Can he do it again? He does. That one may have clipped him. It did. So it won't go as the 3rd walk of the night. Instead, it'll be the first hit batsman. Regardless, it's a man aboard for Arkansas with 2 gone.
Yeah, it looks like a slider that he just yanked, trying to probably get that to the other back foot. He got it to the front foot. I'm sure he'd love to have that one back with 2 outs especially.
What's conversation in the Bama dugout right now as they've got activity in the bullpen? They got a lefty and a righty throwing at the moment. Again, this is a pitch count that's up there a little bit as you see the right-hander throwing. That's Sam Mitchell, and then the lefty, Matthew Heiberger.
I think if you're Rob Vaughn and Jason Jackson, you want to do everything you can for Tyler Fay to get out of this inning.
Swung on with the runner moving. That one's fouled off.
I mean, when you look up, this is the guy that's been in this. This is the guy that you've been hitching your wagon to. This is the guy that you have the most trust in.
Yeah. Fishing, albeit only the 4 hits. Guy's been throwing great stuff on the hill, but you look up and you're down 2-1. That's got to make for a tough dugout for Dave Van Horn.
And listen, and you feel it. I mean, it's no secret. Everybody in that dugout feels it. You know what's going on. You know the things that are said.
And then a play like that, which should be a routine out, is misplayed by Souza. When the E4 puts a man aboard with nobody out.
Arkansas is one of the best defensive teams in the SEC, and just a little play that kind of took a step back, and then he had to come in, and it just got in on him. And you're right, things that kind of compound. You know, when you're going good, that's not even a play that matters, but now it's just magnified, and now you're going to put an extra pitch on the pitcher, and you're going to probably get your bullpen going, which he is going, and just a lot of things that happen to the course of a game when maybe you're not hitting on all cylinders.
A couple of righties starting to get loose in the Razorback bullpen as John Lim stands in 0 for 1 with a walk. Grounded out in the 2nd before he drew a base on balls in the 4th inning. Again, not to be forgotten, Arkansas did score a run in the 5th, but they had a man that was thrown out at the plate on the same play in which they scored the tying run. But the 3rd out occurred at the plate. Great relay throw from Justin LeBron, who, again, it's why he is as highly regarded as he is. The offensive struggles recently may be there, but it hasn't affected what he does defensively. And it was Lim who made the catch and applied the tag, even though he too struggles with a strikeout right there.
And listen, Dietz has not lost anything on his, that's 96. He has not lost anything. I mean, big physical guy, 6'6", 235. He's still pumping at a high velocity. And I know if you're Van Horn, Coach Van Horn, you would love to see him be able to figure out how to get out of this inning and leaving it at a 2-1 game.
But this is the one guy that's consistently figured him out, and Hines misses right there. But he's 2 for 2 on the night. The home run we referenced in the 2nd, the single in the 4th. That was his 101st pitch of the night. for Dietz.
And with that swing right there, as we were talking about hitting it 376 or 570, he was looking to hit that one 576.
Yeah.
He unbuttoned his shirt on that first pitch swing. He wanted to have a no-doubter.
Boy, that one is slapped foul. Good contact, but late on it. Here's the home run back in the second inning. Better look quick.
Look,
it got out in a hurry.
Explosive bat speed. You know, they talked about him in the fall. He hit more balls over 100 miles an hour than anybody on the team in the fall preseason.
And that's why Dave Van Horn stuck with the veteran at 100 eats. I'll be honest, at 100 pitches, a guy who's 2 for 2 again.
And what he's been able to do is on for his 13th appearance, 2-0 with a 2.4, 18 2/3. You look at the punch out, 17, a little high on the walks, but he is really, these last few appearances, he's really been able to find the zone more consistently. And this is a huge part of this Tide bullpen. Hitters are only hitting 177 off of him. He doesn't give up a lot of hard hit contact, just needs to stay consistently in the zone, make them earn everything they get, and hopefully he's a guy that can go multiple innings as well.
I think you'd say Hagen Banks has been the primary closer with 2 saves and an ERA at 1, but Heiberger has made more appearances than anybody else. This is in SEC play I'm referencing. It's his 8th appearance. He too has a 1-0 record, and he's got a save as well, but the ERA at 2.89 is great in this bridge situation.
Big piece. Again, probably one of the most athletic guys on the field. He's got that body you look at, and that's just so much more room to even get more physical. Fastball, he can work up anywhere from 90 to 95. It's got a great move. It just moves all over the place. And just a guy that, again, sometimes the command can kind of erode on him, but then he's shown the ability during that time to be able to come back and make pitches when he needs to. So this is the guy that they try to get to in the ball game.
2 balls and a strike to count, and that one just missed inside as the count goes to 3-1.
And this Aloy's a guy that he has that home run power as well. You don't want to leave a cookie here, but you also don't want to walk him. So that's one thing that, you know, you just put a run up on the board, and you know, you want to see your guys come in and make them earn it. That's the thing that gets them back in the game. Giving up free bases, that gets them back in the game. But Heiberger also has the ability to get the ground ball as well. Almost a 55% ground ball guy. So, you know, a chance to roll one up right now and negate this walk.
Micah New is going to be the pinch hitter after Kuhio Aloy was able to reach on a base on balls, and the first time tonight that the leadoff man's been able to reach for the Razorbacks. Talk about just how that little piece mentally maybe changes the dynamic for a team.
Listen, it is huge. It is huge. I've always felt like that there were 4 things for me is that if you're getting that leadoff hitter out 60, 70, 80% of the time, you're going to be in a lot of baseball games. And we said that going into this inning, Alabama had retired all 5. And now you give up that leadoff hitter out. I mean, get the leadoff hitter on. That changes the whole complexion of what this inning is, how your defense plays, and what you're looking to do. So that's a big thing, and for the Arkansas offense.
Mechanicsburg, PA, the hometown of Micah New. He started his career at Marshall, then went to UNO. Originally out of Trinity High School in Pennsylvania. 0-1 pitch missed, and it's 1-1.
I think we have a lot of umpires and the fans. I think we kind of missed one there. What do you think?
I was going to say the pitch missed, according to our plate umpire Joe Harris, and Bama fans are wanting to know where. 1-1. Ground ball back up the middle and off the foot of Heiberger. A heck of a recovery, though, on the part of Alabama's second baseman, Brennan Holt, to get the out. That could have been 2 with some fortune, but it could have been first and second. Nobody out with misfortune.
Absolutely. Just off the foot. Great job by Holt. Didn't panic. And listen, this is one thing I think that has kind of been overlooked a little bit from the Crimson Tide. Their defense, especially the last month, has been really, really solid. And that's, you help your pitchers out. I mean, that's going to go down as a 1-4-3 double play, kind of a hockey save there by Heiberger. But you're right, it could have been a double play ball, but hey, listen, in that situation, you get an out, you feel fortunate because that could have been first and second and nobody out.
Yeah.
And then that creates an inning.
Sean Stryker, the athletic trainer, came out along with pitching coach Jason Jackson to make sure that he's all right. And Heiberger, after one pitch, says, "I'm good." Here's T.J. Pompey. Right-handed hitting third baseman who's 0 for 2. A strikeout and a flyout, but the tying run now standing in scoring position with just one gone. Breaking ball hammered, but foul on that left field line. Boy, he had plenty of pop in that one. Just missed his 7th home run of the year, but slightly ahead of it as the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Fastball in. One out, a man at second, 2 balls and a strike to count to Pompey, and that one bounces away from Lim, but since it went toward third base, runner out at second, a little conservative there, and Aloy opted to stay near the bag.
This is a big pitch in this game right now.
Swing and a miss to get the count full at 3-2.
And if he can come back and execute that same pitch, this is the pitch that has given Pompey struggles, hitting 167 on breaking balls that kind of go to the back of the zone.
Beautiful pitch for a called third strike.
Or you can just dot up a fastball in the outer third and get him looking. It's just, again, what a great located pitch. Middle of the plate, down, great angle. The only thing you can do with that is maybe hit it on the ground, or you take it. Big punch out by Heiberger, and now you can't let up. This is where you got to make your pitches. And Rotenberg's had a good night. Two of the 3 hits have come from him.
Fisted foul and out of play from Carter Rutenbar. Slap foul left side. He's gotten closer and closer to fair territory.
And just going to be one of the higher on the board to be one of the higher drafted picks in the country, but he's just it's kind of been a struggle in the rotation, and so they had to make a change and say, hey, we got to get our team going, and we got to get him maybe going to the things that he can do. But this is an elite arm in this league.
Following an elite performance from Hunter Dietz, who went 6 innings through 107 pitches, 67 of them strikes. He faced 25 hitters, uncorked a wild pitch, 3 walks, but he had 9 strikeouts. Gave up 3 hits. Unfortunately for him, 2 of them were solo home runs, as that fastball to Luke Vaughn is in there for the first strike, and it's 3-1.
And this is just an old-fashioned SEC Friday night matchup in the SEC. I mean, these are the games that that you're going to play in situations like that. Who can win the 1- and 2-run games?
So Vaughn draws the leadoff walk. And that will bring up Brennan Holt, the Alabama second baseman. Holt 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. Drew that base on balls in the 5th after grounding out in the 3rd. Shows bunt, but takes the pitch for strike 1.
Which is a huge part of the Alabama offense. You've seen it all season. They're going to go station to station at times. They love going 1st to 3rd. They're not afraid to put the safety squeeze down. Whatever it takes to manufacture, and you got guys that are buying in the roles that they're in, and they know what their role is, especially hitting 9-hole here, and he can handle the bat. I'm assuming you're going to see this bunt. And you look right here at the Alabama offense this season, where they rank in all those categories.
Tries to roll it left side, but it goes foul, and the count goes 0-2. I know you're a pitching coach majority of your career, but as a skip, what's your philosophy on bunting with 2 strikes? Don't.
No.
Okay, I can tell from the reaction. I can tell real quick what my answer was going to be. Apparently, it's one that Rob Vaughn shares with you there as the count goes to 1-2. So not even in the sacrifice spot, huh?
No,
Is it just tougher in college?
Yeah, I think it's tough anywhere. I mean, you just, hey, and especially the way Holt handles the bat. He's got really good bat-to-ball skills. I'm going to give him a chance to,
put it in play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did he check his swing? He did. At least according to third base umpire Vic Correll. So 2 balls, 2 strikes with nobody out. Big insurance run over at first base. It's not too early to call it an insurance run, is it, in the 7th?
Well, I think if you look at the way
it's not insurance. They're still trying to build wealth right now, right? Okay.
Exactly.
We'll go another term.
See, and this is what Holt does. I mean, he's making Gackle work. You know, he's already 5 pitches in. Turn that, you know, get the ball, put the ball in play. Maybe you move him over on a weak ground ball. Or hey, better than that, you get yourself a walk and then you turn it over to Fowler to the top.
There you see Fowler in the on-deck circle, top of the order for the Tide. Big payoff pitch due to Brennan Holt. Rips it through the whole right side for a base hit. Digging around second, heading for third, and arriving safely will be Vaughn. And Bama's got him on the corners here in the 7th with nobody out. The top of the order standing at the plate.
Just a phenomenal job. Look at this. Down, he goes and gets it. Great bat-to-ball skills. Hits it in that 4-hole. And now you go first to third. And Brennan Holt, I'm telling you, this is the spark plug in this lineup that gets overlooked of what he's doing in that 9-hole.
Visit to the mound for the Razorbacks. Chance to talk things over here.
And this is the guy. This is the guy that they want in the game. I mean, Gackle is their guy. I mean, he was in the rotation. He's already been. You know, you look at his career. Had 7 saves last year out of the bullpen as a closer. He's had 190 punch outs and 150 innings of work. He's got swing and miss stuff. And this is the guy this is the part of the game that Matt Hobbs, the pitching coach, is trusting in. They're going to trust Gackle, I think, in this situation.
So after Coach Hobbs makes the visit to the mound, they end the discussion pretty quickly. And the Tide center fielder and leadoff hitter. Bryce Fowler will stand in. He walked his first time up. Since then, a fly out and a strikeout looking. He chops the first pitch foul. And it's 0-1.
And this is that situation where Coach Vaughn loves to put the safety squeeze on in situations. I don't know that with Fowler up, who does have the ability to hit a gapper, but he also can handle the bat.
He's thinking fly ball or anything to the right side. Am I off there?
No, definitely. You get something to that side. You're obviously going to get the run. I mean, if you hit it hard enough, you keep the double, them from turning one.
Right. But he's down 0-2.
This is such a great job of hitting. That is Gackel's MO pitch. That's that hard 12-6 curveball. He threw it in the great spot. Just a great job of hitting. And then the speed.
The speed, but also, Coach, getting out of that batter's box as quickly as he did.
Just
he wasn't settling for the double play to get the run in.
Great point. And you just can't you can't teach experience and heart, and my desire to get to first before you turn that double play on me is greater than. Now it was a ball that was really a hard.
Average down to 261. Do you start the runner right here, try to put something in motion?
I think with Fowler, you can almost go straight still if you want, because he obviously has the ability. He's got 14 bags.
Right. Good cut, but he came up empty on a nice breaking ball. LeBron couldn't catch up to.
You might do something. You might get something going right now in a 1-1 count. Because Gackel's about a 1.35, 1.4 to the plate, which is definitely something Fowler can get.
That was a really good breaking ball, but an even better eye on the part of Fowler. Is that one LeBron? Is that one just missed?
Now your 2-1 count. It's that count that you maybe get that pitch to handle. Love to see him go in the 4-hole if he could stay on it.
He knows that was the pitch too, Coach.
He's pitching him right there, and that's what LeBron has done so well, is take the ball oppo, and I think that's his struggle. He hasn't been able to do damage to the right side of the field.
See if he gets another opportunity. Sometimes you only see one pitch like that and then at bat, don't you?
My guess is 2-2 right now. You're probably going to see his strikeout pitch, which is that hard 12-6 curveball. And good pitch to run on, but it's also a pitch that you might get LeBron on strikes if you can.
LeBron gets the runner to second base in scoring position. Not ideal for LeBron, but finally for him, I guess he's thinking positive at bat, hoping it'll give him a little spark next time up.
Especially with that. That's a good breaking ball. I mean, this guy's got an elite breaking ball. It didn't have that last little bit of click, I call that.
Right.
That didn't quite get to the bottom of the zone. But hey, LeBron, he didn't try to pull it, because he tries to pull it, he's out.
Right.
He went with it. Now you got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs, and they're probably going to walk him. Yes.
They are. Neal's going to be given the free pass, and that'll set up the force to face Torres, who's 0 for 3 on the night.
And is one of your top RBI guys as well. I mean, that's one thing that Torres has done his entire career, is drive-in runs. And a lot of times with 2 outs, he has been a master at driving in runs in situations like this.
So Torres, the Bama third baseman, standing in with 2 gone and 2 on. Whiffs at Slider at 87.
Don't know that he's going to see anything but that. And just continue to work him, probably work him off the plate with that hard spin, because that is his strike, swing and miss pitch.
One ball, one strike to the veteran. Down and away.
This is the pitch of the inning. 2-1 count. You don't want to give in to him, but now you got Johnny Lim on deck who could make this who could hit one in the seats easily. So you got to make a pitch right now in this count.
That one's going to get past the catcher, Helfrich, which is a rarity. Let's see if it goes as a wild pitch. I believe it does. But one that Helfrich normally would come up with. I think he's frustrated with himself right there.
Yeah, I think like this and his stuff, the 177 batting average against, that tells you about his stuff. What he needs right now, you want to get that lead off hitter right now to start this 8th inning.
And make this, again, just a one-run game.
And you look at this swing, Chris. Kojal is so strong. Look at this. Elevated, goes oppo with it, but he's got the strength. And this is what they knew this young man can do. He's done it his whole career. And he comes up there with a big blast to break it a 3-2 game.
And now you've got one of the most dangerous hitters anywhere coming to the plate in Helfrich. The average may be sub 300, but despite being 0 for 3 tonight, you know, there's a little juice running through the veins, just like it is for the rest of that Arkansas dugout after they get their first long ball of the night. Comebacker gets past the pitcher, and a nice job at. All right, so I'm going to go like I'm at home, and I'm going to ask the question, what in the heck was he just looking at? Talk about the card that he's.
Yes,
that
he's looking at where he's playing.
Okay.
You know, they've got these. Hey, where are we going to play every hitter? And so they're hey, 2 steps, 3 steps, whatever it is that they've got on their scouting report, and they're going to do it accordingly. As you see him shaded towards the 4-hole, and then LeBron's going to come with him. So they're going to take away that middle to the whole side of the field, thinking that Souza is going to pull middle to pull hitter.
One offering line, and that's going to get past Vaughn and down into the corner. It'll be 2 for Souza as he drops anchor with a 1-out double. And the Razorbacks showing some life at the plate.
Great swing. Rolled that top hand over, just lightning bat speed. Kept it in the line. And how big was that play by Holt? Whew. Now and when you're Heiberger, hey, you got 1 out. Okay, you give up a double, but you have 1 out. You got to make pitches, and this is the heart of the lineup, and this is where they've been struggling, as Coach Van Horn said. We got to get the middle of our lineup going, and this is an opportunity for Arkansas to do some things that they have not been able to do.
Zach Stewart takes the 90-mile-per-hour fastball for strike 1. Stewart, the right fielder. The throw looked as though it had enough on it, but maybe was just offline enough that Lim couldn't get back and make the tag. Or it was just late. The throw was a tad late, but it was on the money.
Just a good job by Stewart. We talked about him, a guy, hey, listen, he has 719 bats in college baseball, 50 homers. He's seen a lot of things, and that ball was just slider and just elevated enough that he finds that 4-hole. But the thing is, for Alabama, you're still, it's a 3-3 game. You can't let this one, get away right now and have a huge inning. You just manage your pitches. And Heiberger is a great guy to get a ground ball. You could turn one over and you go in 3-3 game and then go to work offensively.
Joe Harris breaking up the meeting between Jason Jackson. There's the closer, Tegan Banks. But as you said, ideally, they'll wait to go to him, especially when you got an opportunity for lefty versus lefty.
Absolutely, but this is a Heiberger Banks game now on. I mean, it's
up empty. Reese Robinette 0 for 3. See his numbers on the year. Does have a long ball. That first cut was a home run swing. That fastball at 93 misses outside.
And Robinette, he only has 1 home run on the year, but he also has 10 doubles. So he's got some pop in the bat that you just can't think that, hey, lay something in there. So you got to make really quality pitches down. Maybe he rolls over something, or you get your punch out. I mean, ideally, that's what you're looking for right now. And I hadn't seen a lot of negative things happen when you're punching guys out.
True. 233 hitter. Are you thinking double play ball, or are you thinking just go at him and get the strikeout?
I mean, if he could get that slider down in a way you get the punch out, or he can elevate a heater up at 93. So that's a huge pitch right there by Heiberger. Look at the elevation of this. He climbs the ladder. Robinette can't get on top. Big punch out. If he can get out with this at a 3-3 game, you feel good if you're Alabama. And they may go to, I don't know if he goes to Banks here.
Well, you got a right-handed hitter due up, and there's conversation on the Arkansas side of things. Would imagine there's a little convo going on in the Bama dugout as well.
Absolutely.
But you've got Kuhio Aloy due up for the Razorbacks, and they're making sure they're all on the same page right now. Aloy 0 for 2 with a walk. Also had a fly out and a strikeout. There you saw Jason Jackson looking things over. Pitching coach, and Rob Vaughn says, look, I have the utmost confidence in that guy. He's dealing with my pitchers and making the calls and decisions, and trust him implicitly. Fastball strike at the belt. It's Heiberger ahead in the count. I think we got a pinch runner. It will be Landon Schaefer who will pinch run for Stewart. Look for Schaefer to likely stay in the game and play right field. Grounded sharply off the glove of Torres and down the third base line. Getting there is Kroberger, and he'll get it back in time to keep the runner at third. Is pulling in with the double is Aloy. Hot smash. Torres maybe had a chance, but this would have been asking a lot.
That ball was smoked. Aloy, he hits the ball as hard as anybody in the country, and looks like Jason Jackson is going to make that move now. Which,
yeah, you have to, don't you?
Yeah, you do. And
if not, because if not, you may not have a situation for Banks in the next inning.
100% correct. And listen, when you have an opportunity.
8th has taken Arkansas from down 3-1 to up 7-3.
High fastball, middle in. He's cheating on it. he got his pitch, and he has home run power, and just got a pitch in his wheelhouse. I think if you're Alabama, you're probably at this point, you know, being down at this point of the game 7-3 here in the 8th.
Buying time for guys to get loose right now.
Absolutely. You're thinking of Banks as the guy that you don't. I mean, listen, you're not conceding the game. I'm not saying that, but
no,
you got to give.
This is not a situation for him right now anymore.
Absolutely.
And Jason Jackson is going to come out. He'll take his time doing so. And the right-hander, excuse me, the lefty, Evan Stegmesser, looks like, if not ready, they're telling him get ready quickly.
You got 8.
Due to the fact that pitchers were cutting up hitters left and right, and even when hitters did their damage, it was quick. 3 solo home runs among the first 5 that were scored. But now it's slowed a bit, stung a bit as it got him in the back.
That doesn't feel good. I have never been hit like that, but it just looks like it would hurt. And but hey, he'll do whatever it takes to get on that first base bag and get this in. Hopefully, get this this inning doing something here. When you got you got Hines, who has been the offensive prowess for the tie with 2 for 3 there. We see.
Had a single in the 4th and a solo homer to start the game, scoring in the 2nd. He did strike out against the Arkansas starter Dietz, who finally figured him out after giving up a pair of hits to the freshman DH for the Crimson Tide. Talked about his athleticism as he's down 0-2. Had a friend who texted me, said, hey, you better believe he's an athlete. I officiated one of his basketball games at American Christian Academy here in Tuscaloosa his freshman year. Said there was a loose ball under the goal. He bent down, picked it up, jumped off 2 feet for a 2-handed dunk as a 9th grader. Yeah, that doesn't guarantee you'll hit home runs over a scoreboard at Sewell Thomas Stadium, but it does indicate you've got some incredible athletic ability.
But we've seen that too. We've seen the ball go over the scoreboard. So
we did indeed.
And this is a good match. He loves the heater. Obviously, McIlvain has got juice. This is a 2-2 pitch that this might be power against power.
Two balls, 2 strikes with a runner at first and nobody out here in the Bama 8th. Line, that's going to get out, and it's going to get to the gap in right center field. Heading for 3rd and arriving standing will be Lim, and Bama's got him on the corners to begin this 8th inning. Still a lot of work to be done, but a nice way to start the frame.
What a great at-bat. Got that elevated fastball, kind of running away from him, and look at that. What a disciplined approach. Had enough juice to hit it in the gap. Listen, this kid is really starting to obviously come on, and I think Coach Vaughn and them felt like that it was going to happen just how quickly, and they're getting rewarded for being patient with him and bringing him along at a pace that he can do some things, and he's really earning his keep right now.
So here's the left fielder, Chase Oberger. Or Kroberger, excuse me. He's ahead 1 ball and no strikes. Kroberger 0 for 3. A fly out, 2 ground outs. Pops this one up a mile high on the infield. Looks like it's going to stay in play, and it will for Helfrich, and that is a tough out right there for Alabama. Not just the fact that it's the first of the frame, but the fact that you didn't get anybody over. It's a tough at bat for the freshman. Saw out of this, but Vaughn, who walked and scored in the 7th, will try to keep from doing that. Takes a fastball low, 1-0. See Vaughn's numbers on the year and the night. 6 home runs indicate he is capable of turning this into a 1-run game with 1 swing of the bat. But he hits this one to shallow right center, and it's going to be an easy play for the second baseman, Souza, for out number 2. So a heck of a job on the part of McIlvaine after giving up a hit batsman and then a base hit to get a pop out. Actually, 1 in foul territory and 1 barely out of the infield. And you see what the Tide has not done tonight with men in scoring position and how they've stranded men on base. That fastball almost clipped the 9-hole hitter, Brennan Holt. There's a strike at the knees to even things up at 1-1. Another strike down in the zone to get it to 1-2. Two out, men on the corners. The 1-2 upstairs, and it's 2-2. Foul tip, just got a piece of it.
Just find some way to put this ball in play if you're Holt. Easier said than done. McIlvaine obviously is these last 2 hitters, he's been able to turn it up a notch. But if you're Holt, you're just trying to move the ball here with 2 strikes and just put the ball in play.